I'm Marcus.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
By the way. Are you guys here to celebrate 4th of July early or here just for a festival?
Both, and my husband's part of the Lions Club, so the Lions Club's
Awesome.
a big part of this. They come out every year,
Yes, ma'am.
set it up. They do a lot of stuff around the community, which is good for everyone. It's kind of a small community, but large.
Yep.
Somehow, it's got that small community feel, but yeah, Eagle River people stick together. They like to celebrate the ball.
So you guys one off from Anchorage. You guys feel like we're the same city, or you guys like want to be your own city? You guys deserve to be your own city?
Well, I'm definitely a fan of Eagle Exit for sure. I feel like we could benefit for that, yes. Just because when it comes to taxes and stuff like that, like things we contribute to taxes to Anchorage, even down to the way we vote, are different.
totally
So
get that.
I feel like, Eagle River is a strong community. We have ideas on how we want it to be, how we want our kids to be
Anchorage is
taught,
not
how
going in that
schools.
direction.
No, they're going in a little bit different direction for sure. Not all of Anchorage, but a majority of it. So I definitely support Eagle Exit.
Do you know of the master plan that they're introducing? Have you heard about that? Are they doing that out here in Eagle River?
For what master
The
plan?
Anchorage School District has introduced a new school schedule called the Master Plan.
Oh,
where
are you talking about the times?
No, where they're getting rid of junior and seniors, and they're going to put them in trade schools next year. So you're no longer, your education ends at grade 10.
Oh my gosh.
You never heard about that?
I did not hear
It's
about
called
that.
the Anchorage Master Plan. That new superintendent just passed it. It will be implemented in next year. Trying to hire 33 teachers, but they lost 30, so now they're down 30, and they're still going to go through with this plan.
It would be really hard for me to speak on that
Yeah, 100%. I wasn't sure.
because I'm not sure. That makes me sad I haven't heard of that. Maybe I definitely need to step it up in my knowledge base, I guess.
I didn't mean to
what's
throw
going on.
a curveball at you.
No,
I just
I'm
wasn't
glad
sure.
you said that. I'm glad.
That brings us on to our generations have, to me, seemingly continually lost rights and privileges. How do you see that nowadays? How do you see the future looking?
Well, I think that if there's great people like us that talk about it and what we want to do with our kids, that we definitely could have something positive. Me and my husband have kids from almost 30 years on down to our youngest one is 16 years old.
Oh, nice.
So we've got grandkids in school. We've got kids in school.
Millennials and Gen Zs.
Yes, definitely. So, they're not they're only educated in a certain way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like our kids are getting indoctrinated into stuff. Every single year they go to school, there's one agenda. And the funny part is I have an entire family that was teachers and principals and stuff like that. So I know both sides of it, and I still definitely, I'm not on board with that. And that's, I think, another reason why when Eagle River people talk about Eagle Exit and stuff like that, being able to control what's going on with our schools.
Way easier, smaller communities.
Yes, because every parent deserves to have their family represent who they are as people. So when you have a larger group of people that think a certain way, we want our kids to be raised a certain way.
Yes,
everyone should have that right.
Yes,
So
I feel like the way we're going now is dividing the country more, or do you think that you can see us uniting, or if that's just like fake news?
well, literally the same 5 people own every single thing in the United States. And
Right.
there's, you know what I mean?
Ball drop and
So
stop.
it's really hard. I think once you realize that, those rose-colored glasses come
Yep.
right off.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's really hard to even take the news seriously. I mean, everything's owned by the same people.
Yep, and you hear it up here too. It's kind of
Yep,
sad.
they have an agenda, and on the same token, hey, little outplayed there in the long game, but we're catching up now that we realize what they're doing,
Yep.
and with the media and stuff like that.
And that's why we're starting.
Yeah, when you're only hearing one side, no wonder people think that way. Or
You
young
tell
people.
a lie enough that never gets challenged, right? It's going to become
There
true.
you go. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So do you vote?
I do.
You do vote.
Yeah.
How do you feel about ranked choice voting?
I do not like ranked choice voting.
Can you tell me why?
I don't like it at all because you make your choice when you first vote, and that's who should get it. You shouldn't get someone else's votes in there. If I vote for somebody and they don't get in, I don't want my votes to go to somebody I didn't even vote on.
Yep.
When somebody has, when you're voting, you're looking for what does that person stand for? What are they going to bring to the community? And if all of those things match up with what you want, I don't want someone else getting my vote either. So even on my side, it's not. Either way.
One party, one vote, one person, one vote, same day results, right?
Yes, and then another, and then people get in there and are.
Well, it's crazy how we switched the voting system. We would know at night, 11 o'clock before we went to bed. We knew who all of our state senators were.
Oh, heck yeah. Now it's days on end, and then maybe tomorrow, and then we got a couple last minute entries.
And now we got to go back. Oh, we got to read.
And now we lost a couple boxes.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And no one gets in trouble.
You can't physically recount ranked choice voting, right?
Yep.
If you go into ChatGPT, just funny, AI,
Yeah.
right? And you say, well, how long would it take you to recount just Alaska's, it would take 60,000 people, 10 hours a day for 6 months to do the calculations by hand if something happened
We
to the
should be
machines.
kicking it old school because it never was a problem before. If you want to vote, you need to show up like everyone else, and the only people that were allowed to vote by mail-in before are people that are unable to make it in person.
And I agree with
which are
that.
handicapped people, and like no big deal if that's the case, but if America's important to you, get off your butt and get down there and vote.
100%.
Like
So,
you can stand in line like everyone else.
so big one
and
here.
have ID.
Facts. So still, everything I agree with that.
Yeah.
Now we got the big one, the presidential election up here in November, right?
Okay.
Trump or Biden?
Trump,
All the
for
way.
sure.
100%.
Absolutely, absolutely. We need a
I love it.
businessman running this country.
America.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. You guys have a good